Hey, have you heard of this game called Minecraft? Mojang had some issues with the game's combat system. In version 1.8, the combat was all about how fast you would click, which the community thought was not great. Mojang tried to fix it in version 1.9 by adding a cooldown, but this made the PvP feel much more slower paced compared to 1.8. As a result, a lot of players decided not to update their games and stuck with a version that's now a decade old. But in recent years, it seems that more and more people are switching to the latest versions of the game due to boredom. You might ask, what's Mojang's problem? Can't they do something about the combat to satisfy both player bases? They probably can, but at this point the PvP community has migrated to the newest versions of the game, and they probably think, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? Well, actually, about 5 years ago, Mojang experimented with some combat snapshots. However, development of these snapshots seemed to stop overnight, leaving players really confused, and it's been a long time since those snapshots, so I decided to take matters into my own hands. I created a one-on-one replica on my... Hello? What do you mean I can't? A season... What'd you say? No, no, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Nobody's gonna know. Wait, Microsoft? Okay. I know how I'll do this. I developed a Minecraft-inspired training program, so it feels exactly the same as regular Minecraft, but it's not Minecraft and it's for educational purposes, yeah. And since I'm in control, I can add any feature I want. So for this project I chose Unity because I've already been experimenting with it. I've added some basic test textures, implemented a simple way to hit objects, and I also maxed some shaders into the game, or whatever you kids call it these days. But since I didn't want to delve into Minecraft's code, I went to the forums to find knockback values. I also checked how the walking and running speeds change, calculate the gravity. However, I encountered some challenges with the movement because Minecraft runs at 20 ticks per second and Unity defaults to 50 ticks per second. Firstly, Minecraft slightly reduces all velocity every tick, which in essence caps Minecraft's maximum fall speed, but this discrepancy kinda complicates adapting the physics. Although this is one of the reasons why I'm trying to adapt Minecraft, to increase the tick rate and maybe make it more responsive. And secondly, Minecraft's auto jump feature that checks each tick to see if player needs to jump when landing makes the player on 50 ticks per second faster when sprint jumping. To address this, I adjusted the jump power to match the real game. In the end, I achieved physics that felt similar to Minecraft's, with the added benefit of higher tick rate for more responsive movement. Oh, and for testing purposes, I also added pigs. After that, I replicated the original game's color tint effect and improved the swinging animation. An interesting feature in the combat snapshots is the hold to swing auto clicker. I personally think it's a great idea because it simplifies gameplay for new players without needing to learn all these clicking techniques, you know, while still allowing older players the freedom to click however they prefer. So to mirror this, I added an auto swing feature that triggers a click when the player's hitbox is targeted while pressing the mouse button. Essentially, it functions just like an auto clicker that activates each tick, although without the CPS knockback reduction benefit. And finally, I included some sound effects to enhance the experience. After ironing out some bugs with the knockback, I hard-coded the knockback values for now. Eventually, I want to allow anyone to change these values, but that's a future goal. Next, I created a texture for the ground to avoid infringing on any rights, and I think it turned out pretty well. I then started experimenting with adding simulated ping. It still needs work though, as the enemy still W-taps as if the player has no ping. To make the combat more responsive, I added separate sound effects for regular hits, sprint hits, critical hits, but yeah, I do think these sounds need some tweaking. I also added a sword, which worked instantly, and I definitely didn't have to remake the whole swing animation. But with that done, this is where the project currently stands. I wanted to make this video because this project has been on my mind for a long time. However, I'm not yet fully sharing it publicly due to various reasons, one of which is that I haven't fully implemented the ability to change values like knockback, speed effect level, hitbox clicker, auto clicker, and etc. Essentially, I need to implement a menu to change these settings, but for now I just want to be done with this project. If you really want to try it, I'll release an unconfigured version to play in your browser, and let me know in the comments if you want me to finish this. If there's enough demand, I'll consider it. But yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching, goodbye.